Here's a few cheeky little extras to make your juicy journey that much easier. Living on nothing but pure liquids for 28 days has its challenges. You'll find that out along the way. For many, it's a lot easier than they anticipate too. These really will make the difference for many, many people between making it and or breaking it fully. Questions I get asked are, can I have anything at all to eat during the 28 days? Are there any further drinks can I have? Can I have fizzy water? Can I have this? These things will really make a difference, particularly in the evenings. Every single day, you are allowed to have a hunger SOS. Now listen, I want to be clear on this. SOS, emergency. Because bear in mind, look, I've done this entire plan for everybody around the world, regardless of knowing their body size, shape, structure, muscle mass, or anything else. So if you've got somebody, for example, who is, 6'7", and I don't know, they've got a huge body mass index, and they're having exactly the same amount of juice as, I don't know, somebody who's 5'2", for example, the person that's 6'7" may require a little more fuel. Also, how much exercise are you doing, and so on. There are many things that play extra parts, so that's why we have a few little cheeky extras. But look, don't just have these things if you're not genuinely disproportionately hungry. Remember, the first 3 or 4 days anyway, you are withdrawing. Watch the coaching videos. So therefore, you're going to have false hungers. You'll know all about the false hungers in the coaching videos, so don't get those confused at all. In fact, what I would say is that actually your hunger SOSs, I would leave those aside at least for the first 3 days. So from day 4 onwards, then start to incorporate a hunger SOS. But there doesn't always need to be food. Look, a hunger SOS can be very simple. So you might think, you know what, I just want to put my teeth into something and eat an apple. Now, if you think you're veering away from juice only, in a way you're not, because we are one big juice extractor. Providing that you use your blender, then your juicer will work effectively. What I mean by that is this. This is your blender. Now, most people, when they eat any kind of food, they go, and then it's gone. They don't chew their food. They say you should chew your food about 30 or 40 times. And I still got to train myself to eat that way. But while you're on this program, eat slowly, eat consciously if you're going to have any kind of hunger SOS at all. And then if you do that and you chew it thoroughly, then all the body's going to do is extract the juice contained within the fiber. So don't think you broke it. It's not like having some potato chips or some crisps or chocolate or anything else. You can eat an apple, half an apple, something like that along the way if it's really getting too much for whatever reason. A lot of people just have half a cheeky avocado. That's what they do. These are little cheeky extras. Let's raise the game of the avocado. And we can do that by simply adding a little bit of lemon juice. We get a lemon? Going to get some cracked black pepper. Okay, and just put that on. Now listen, if you're watching this and you're kind of halfway through already and you haven't watched this video yet, you're going to go, damn, I think I've missed out. I'll be honest, when I did the full 28-day program, I did it to the letter. I didn't have any of the edible cheeky extras. I'm going on to drinks in a second. I didn't have the half an avocados or the bananas or anything else. I blended everything and I had everything in liquid. When I was focused, I was focused. And the vast majority of you will be doing that. I love the people that say, you know, I haven't got time to eat healthily. If only there was a snack that didn't involve any washing up that you could just travel around with. Yeah, it's called fruit, really. This is one of the finest fruits on earth. It's so rich in fat, and I know it scares people, but it's good fats, monosaturated fats. And all you do with a little bit of cracked black pepper, a little lemon juice. All of a sudden, genuinely, you transform an avocado. It took me, those that know me and know my story, it took me over 2 weeks to learn to like an avocado. This is when I first started, when I was changing all of my eating habits. I used to see people going in and squeezing them. I thought it was some kind of avocado cult. I wasn't sure what they were doing. And a friend of mine, Jimmy, he would literally eat it out of its own bowl like this. And I tried some and it was utter filth as far as I was concerned. And I thought, what else can I add to it? Cracked black pepper, bit of lemon juice, and all of a sudden it transformed it. So these are the hunger SOSs. A banana. Now I would say not an entire banana as your hunger SOS. I would get half a banana as your hunger SOS and just eat half the banana. A beautiful herb, rich in amino acids, the building blocks for protein as well. There are some, because we're so used to what appears to be a man-made product, and you think, you know, that's not going to cut it for me. If you want to go one stage further for whatever reason, then of course we've got good quality energy bars. It took me over a year to actually put this together because I wanted to create an energy bar that kind of hadn't been created yet. This has got spirulina in it. It's got wheatgrass in it. Already it's not sounding appealing. It's got broccoli in it. It's got parsley in it. Again, not really selling it that well, but it's got almonds. It's very rich in almonds and also dates. Sweeten that baby up. But there's nothing bad. I mean, literally nothing bad in here at all. There's a fruit version. There's a vegetable version of it. And there's also a couple of little cheeky things called Simply Nudes. Now, there are now, since inventing these bars, there are now other companies on the market that have got equally as good bars. So, you know, shop around, but just because something says all natural on it, if it says that on a bar, look at the ingredients. What has it genuinely got in it? Has it got syrups in there? Has it got... Just be really careful about what they deem as all natural. If you're going to do this, then do it properly. In the evening, you get something like a cup of peppermint tea or something like this. Now, it's funny, you're thinking, oh, Jason, you're using a Starbucks mug. Listen, let's not all freak out, okay? The reason why I'm doing that is because, look, you're going to be traveling, you're going to be out and about, you've got 28 days, you're not going to live like a hermit. So if you are in somewhere like Starbucks or Costa Coffee or Cafe Nero, if I've missed any of them out, I'm sorry to all those other companies. But what to do is, they have some of the finest, most delicious peppermint tea. They've got other flavors as well. I'm a big mint tea guy. I love a peppermint tea first thing in the morning. For some reason in Starbucks, if you ask for a small, they insist that you call it tall. Almost seems to be a contradiction in terms anyway, but there we go. And their medium is a grande. Confused? So am I. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is this. If you get a large one, this will make it during the day. You want to keep those liquids flowing during the day. Their venti is big. If you're in America, they do a Trenta. A Trenta, this is 760 milliliters. You know, this is bigger than your stomach, right? This thing is huge, okay? Anyway, the point is that you want to get as big a one as you can. Ask them to put 2 tea bags in. 9 times out of 10, there's no extra cost. So you can still go to Starbucks, hang out with your friends in the mug, whatever the case is. What you can do as well, this is really cheeky. I said these are cheeky extras. We're getting cheekier by the minute here. A bit of honey, decent honey, Manuka honey. In the evening, a lot of people do this. They have a tiny amount if you need a sweetener. Nobody does. If you can learn to like it without a sweetener, the better. I know so many people that used to have sugar in their tea or coffee, made a decision to change that entirely, and then within a week, they got used to the new taste. And now if you put sugar in their tea and coffee, they think you've poisoned them. Well, technically you have in a way, but you know what I mean. And so you can learn to like this even without honey in. This is a great evening thing, because I know evening's the hardest part. So if you sit in there evening, you want something a little bit sweet, a little bit extra without ruining the program at all, there it is, that by itself. But I'll sit there with my juice in a bar, sit there in the evening like this. Now, I did the 28 days without any of this, but listen, I'm focused on this, and also I've been doing this for years. You know, if you're going from a fast food kind of diet all of a sudden to this, then it's a big change. So in the evenings, I'm telling you now, the difference between make or break. Or you get your peppermint tea, you have your half an avocado, woohoo, I'm pushing the vote out. But it's amazing how filling and how satiating that can be. There are also other teas that you can make clearly. I don't get paid by Tea Pigs. I don't get paid by Pucker. I like the name of the brand. There's also Twinings. And also here, look, you've got green tea. The amount of time you, can I have green tea? Green tea's got caffeine in. Can I have green tea? Green tea is not going to make or break this program. Now you're going to go, yes, I can have some green tea. You can have some green tea. If you can not have it, better, clearly. But it's a cheeky extra. If it's going to be the difference between you making or breaking it, this is mint green tea. This isn't like having like an espresso coffee or tons of white refined sugar in it. This is a whole different ball game. So just, be flexible and let common sense prevail. But you can make your own teas. Now, when I'm making my own teas, I always like to see them. First of all, this is a classic. Obviously, you've got a load of mint anyway as part of the program. Add some more mint in. You obviously just pour hot water, it seems obvious, onto mint. And then you have fresh mint tea. That's what you do. But you can add to this as well. You want mint and ginger. That's all you do. A little bit of ginger in there. And you've got fresh mint, fresh ginger tea. It's so beautiful at night. I mean, it really is. You can add other teas as well. So for example, the other day, literally, I'm talking about last week, somebody said, how do you make fennel tea? Now I thought it was a silly question because I've been doing it for years, but maybe it isn't that silly question. Maybe, unless you've been shown, then you don't know. Fennel looks like a set of bagpipes. But if you like aniseed, this really tastes nice. To get fennel tea, bizarrely, what you do is you get fennel, you put fennel into a cup, and then you pour in some hot water. You let that brew for about 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you have fennel tea. So go on, have a wild stab in the dark. If you're going to make fennel and mint tea, what do you think you do? Right, so you put a little bit of mint in, a little bit of fennel, a little bit of ginger, all of that kind of goes in together. First thing in the morning, you wake up, you get some hot water, literally, and you put some lemon in, right? That's it. There's a nice slice of lemon, fires up the stomach first thing in the morning, alkaline, and you can just order extras. When you're ordering all your produce for the entire plan, then you've got all of these beautiful things going on. The next little cheeky extra is this, and this can, again, be a saving grace. Water. How are you going to jazz up your water? Well, pretty much in the same way. Get some mineral water. Take a little bit out the top. There are waters now that you can buy. You might have seen certain companies, and they say, I'm going to sell you water with a hint of lemon, a hint of lime. And they call it lime water, lemon water. When you look in the ingredients, the scary thing is, that actually what they've sweetened it with is artificial sweeteners. So you think you're just drinking water, and actually all of a sudden now you're drinking an artificial product within water. They've even managed to somehow bastardize water. It's incredible what's going on. If you want lemon water, it's going to be weird. Here's all you do. You get some lemon and you put it in the water. That's all you do. You get lemon water and that's all. But you know what? You leave that. You leave it brew like you would tea, right? Because it's very alkalining. That's what you're looking for throughout the day. Sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're not. You're actually thirsty. Your hypothalamus, your regulator of appetite is being a little bit confused. And sometimes you just need oxygen and water. For example, when you're tired, your blood sugar levels are low. So you can think you're hungry when actually you're just being deprived of oxygen. You come to the end of the day, and if you decide to go to the gym within 20 minutes of working out, already you feel less hungry and less tired, yet you haven't had anything to eat. Why are you less hungry, less tired? Because you supplied the body what it really needs, oxygen and water mainly. Lime, I tend to have like lemon water, lime water, fennel water, orange water. You get a slice of orange, put that in there, happy days. This is really what saves me in the evening. This is it's a personal thing for me. Don't underestimate what these little cheeky things can do for your success of the entire program. I tell you that now. Yes, super juice me. So therefore, juicing for 28 days is the ideal. But you know what? At the end of 28 days, even if you've had a cheeky juice in a bar at night with a nice peppermint tea, you're going to feel out the park by the end of it regardless. And like I said, it's designed for everybody, all shapes and sizes around the world. I'm not seeing you on a one-to-one basis, which is also why we put some of the supplementations in as well. You'll see, how do I boost my juice? In other words, how do I super juice it? That's on another video. You can take a look at that. But this is what, like sparkling water. Now, some people go, oh, hang on, sparkling water. Oh, it's carbonated. Oh, I've heard that's carcinogenic. Listen, we hear everything's carcinogenic. Look, if you didn't do anything that they said everything will make you ill, then you wouldn't do anything. Right? So therefore, you'd remove the paint from your walls, you wear different kind of clothing, you do, and it goes on. Sparkling water in the evening with a little dash. I've got to add that in as well. What was I even thinking? A little ice and a slice. And in particular, when it's in something like a wine glass like this in the evening, take a little sip, and that can really, again, make all the difference. So these are the little cheeky extras. Now you've got the kind of rough idea. You've got your own idea of the cheeky extras. The big guys, the big guns that are going to make the difference are those hot teas. They really are. Or the iced tea. If you're doing this in summer and it's really hot, you just turn these into an iced tea. And they are one of the nicest things, especially their licorice ones and stuff. So you can really get involved. Don't think because you're not having tea or coffee that means the end of it. All we're doing is retraining our taste buds, retraining our brain. And it's only 28 days. That's what it is. Yeah, you think it's a long time, but 28 days out of your life to completely and utterly turn it around and moreover reset how your mind thinks, reset your biochemistry, it's not a great deal. So I hope this has been of some help. And you're thinking, help, Jason? I've just seen half an avocado. I can have it with crap black pepper and lemon juice. I'm over the moon. But again, don't abuse it. Don't start having like 6 juice in a bars. Oh, by the way, there's no rollover. Don't think, well, hang on, I was allowed a juice in a bar yesterday and the day before. I haven't had one for 5 days, so today I'll eat 5. No, there's not a rollover. You know, it doesn't accumulate, so by day 28, you have 28 of the things. You need to think about this intelligently. I'm sure you are. That's it from the Cheeky Extra. That's all they are. I hope it's been of some help. I'm sure it has. And more importantly, please, if you've started this, you've already invested, you bought all the produce, do anything. And that's what this is about. Do anything to make sure you don't just talk about doing it, but you actually do it. 28 days, that's all it is. Good luck.